Hi everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Today I am going to go through some of the latest coin additions to Kraken, as well as the other ones that have been hot from last week. It's been kind of neglected, so I thought I'd put a video together over the last 14 days. But first, if you're interested in to see how all this performance tape plays out, check out the book offer we got, quantlabs.net/book offer. You'll be able to get all the books here, How to Trade Like a Boss, the Algo Trading Secrets, and hopefully you'll like that. So let me just get rid of this or put this guy into focus. Okay, so here we are. So as I said, there's some new tokens that have been added to Kraken. Some of them are top performers. I guess that's why they get added to Kraken. So here's the first one, BAT. US Dealings Basic Attention Token. Here you can see these are the Fibonacci's. It is in the zone we want. Let me just zoom this out. Here, give me a second. There we go. So you can see here it did hit the level just briefly. And again, these are 14-day views. Okay, all the ones I'm showing you. So you can see here it just peaked out. I don't know if my system, well, I won't take it, I haven't added these to my system yet, these new tokens. So they will be soon. So here's another one, and just didn't reach it, but it may be starting to build. You can see here it did build some momentum. Up to this point, it's dropped off. A lot of these new ones, I still got to figure out if they correlate with the performance of Bitcoin, because some of them do, some of them don't, and you know, that's just how it goes. But one thing I do notice is that a lot of them, of the these coins that are private, are independent of the performance of Bitcoin. That would include Monero, XMAR, maybe XRP somewhat, which is Ripple, maybe Dash, EOS, probably another one. I haven't seen any moves on Zcash, like it's been forgotten about. So let's move on. Here's Bitcoin. A lot of people have been trying to figure out, why did this drop happen to less than around 8,000? That's a simple one. With this futures market to come out, put out by ICE, there was a lot of hype behind it. There'd be a lot of volume put in there, and nothing happened. And as a result, Bitcoin got crushed. Everything else got crushed. But you can sort of see that's what drove down the price, because of the performance, which would have been about a week ago, August 16th. Here's the drop here again. So it's roughly in that period that I'm thinking. And it may be recovering. This is why I like Bitcoin, because you can see here the level was trying to establish, not enough there, maybe trying to establish a new entry support again, not enough there. So something on the upside, catalyst news, has to drive that, because what drove Bitcoin up to 12,000 was pretty well the announcement of Libra. And then something happens, and this latest drop down from 10 to 8 is because of this. What I'm seeing is the backed exchanges just didn't go anywhere. Oh, one thing we always look for on the technical front is the momentum. Here it's a little overbought. It's positive still, so that's good, but for entries to take place, you definitely need to establish the entries here at roughly the 500 on the Fibonacci. Okay, so we got a new coin coming up. This one looks like a joke. DAI, kind of going nowhere. Was introduced to the exchange Kraken and just went nowhere. It went up a little bit, but I guess it kind of went nowhere. This one, DAI USD, geez, I can't even interpret this. It just basically went out there and just kind of fell flat. No momentum at all. I don't think that one will last too long. Okay, so here's another one that's been doing pretty good. Funny enough, here's your EOS. Strange coin it is, but it's broken through its entry. Always gets to that first leg, and then it makes it all the way up to here at 1. And it'll bounce around, probably drop off. But again, that performance, as I've said before, is independent of the performance of Bitcoin. So this is one to watch a lot, and when the markets go bad, that EOS is a good one to watch. Here in the RSI here, that was overvalued, but it's very strong in the last little while, at least on the pricing. But it probably will drop off. As you can see, it did hit that momentum, matches up pretty good with that RSI overbought at 70, tapers back down to just barely over positive momentum. So that was something that you could have picked up. So you're going from 3.2 to about 3.7, 20% rise right there in a matter of literally days. Not even a day. That looks like it's about a day, that move. Big move. Regardless of what the market happens. This one is on my watch list. Kind of going nowhere. I don't know. It was on my watch list today, so that's the Ethereum Classic. Not a whole lot. Dropped off and then goes into this range bound mode again. Nothing exciting there. Ethereum itself, again, this is really seems to be dependent on the performance of Bitcoin. It's not independent of Bitcoin. Here, it tries to establish that entry again. It may start to establish a support level here at 500, the 500 level. So it may drive back up, but again, that's dependent upon the performance of Bitcoin. That seems to be a lot of the case with these other coins. Let me just see if I can pull up Bitcoin. So really, the key right here to watch is this guy right here. The performance of this guy right here in that range on that momentum. Because when it starts to drop down, that's probably, it's going to drop down. But Ethereum, usually from my experience, it does perform really similar to Bitcoin. Okay, so we have looked at a few of these. So here's another one, ICX. I think it's called Icon. So let's check out how this guy's been doing. Not a whole lot. Did okay, but again, very similar to Bitcoin. The good thing about this, doesn't look like it doesn't drop as much. Question is, when you get these sudden pops, is that a form of manipulation like this one right here? Like it's like a fake out. Somebody manipulates it and then drives it back down. Don't know. That is a tough one to really judge. But I didn't choose these for Kraken. Let me see what the price is on this. See, check this out. This is, to me, that right there, those kind of spikes are clearly somebody's trying to manipulate it, I would think. It's not a natural move. Same here, but I'm surprised that it would be allowed on Kraken. So I'm not sure what's going on. Here's a coin I've been looking forward to, Chainlink. Nice steady trend up. Now, for those that don't know, with Facebook Libra, I read an article saying this is an open source coin or token, and Libre. It was rumored that if Facebook was to put out a coin, they base it off of this coin, Chainlink. And when I built my bot for Coinbase, the only thing that made it worthwhile to be on Coinbase for, because I just read this morning that they've increased the prices, the fees. It's like 233%. So it's just one more reason not to be on Coinbase anymore. So I would not be surprised that the U.S. will make their way over to something like Kraken, because Kraken, there's just more opportunities on Kraken than with Coinbase from an automated trading bot point of view. But with Link, that's quite interesting because it was the one that was on Coinbase but wasn't on on Kraken. So here we are, we have it now on Kraken. So the performance itself, this is a nice little trend line up. Not much, but is it being manipulated? I don't know. It's too early to tell for me to watch the performance of it, but that looks pretty good. That price is definitely range bound, but this is something we need to watch. It may just pop up, but it doesn't look like there's a lot. But you can see here the volume spikes are just weird. These are too small. But I do think that this one is going to be one to watch. Okay, so let's go over to the other one that was a surprise the last few weeks. Was Stellar. Again, drops off when Bitcoin drops off. Not as precise, but same performance. Goes in a range bound here. Dips a little bit. Will it establish any form of support to go to this level here at 500? It's kind of done okay at these lines. I don't know why my system's picking it up, but I'll have to look deeper into it just to see what's been going on with that price. So you can see people are or algos, bots, whatever, they are buying it when you just look at the range bound that it's hitting, but along here, but clearly something ain't right. And let me just see here. The volume is, there's not a lot of volume. There's little spikes here, the shorting and margin trading, but there's very little margin. So when you look at the volume of Bitcoin or even EOS, I bet, because it's a pretty big coin, even though the volume's not as much, but let's see how Bitcoin's doing. See, the volume's much more consistent, and little bits here where there's definitely people shorting there with those big red spikes. All right, so we're looking at Stellar. So not a lot of volume, but there are trading opportunities there. This is a weird signal or something. I don't know what that is. If it's a blip. Let me just get rid of this. Okay, let's look at XRP. XRP. Okay, again, more range bound, but this is kind of good in a way. I can see why the system's taking it. See, it breaks through the level 500, which we like. But the problem is it's not getting up to that leg that we want to hear on the Fibonacci. So a couple of spikes in here, which my system may take. I haven't looked at my P&L yet to see what's profitable or not. But on the technicals, it's looking okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's range bound again, but really, it's this momentum, the sudden drive up. So there are some spikes here. Again, volume is somewhat questionable. Here we have some green bars. So there's not. So overall, there's not a lot of activity outside of EOS from the ones that I'm picking out. I mean, there might be some other coins I'm missing, but I'll keep my eyes out for those. But I thought I'd let you know and bring together some fun stuff. Hopefully it'll help you out. And if you've got any comments, let me know. We shall talk to you later.